Hello J247, happy Easter! It's so great to be back with you today and I have some more fun science experiments for you. Woohoo! I know you love it. Are you ready for these science experiments? You were born ready! You are so good at that. So I've got 3 experiments for you today, and 3 experiments, when I tell you what I'm going to do, I think your first thought is going to be, impossible! How is she gonna do that? Well, science is great and it allows us to do lots of things. So the first one, just have a ponder about this, okay, is I'm going to make an orange float. It's an interesting, isn't it? The second one is I'm going to pierce a bag of water and there will be no leaks, okay? I'm not prepared for leakages and I'm not ready for water to be all over my table and carpet, so there will be no leakages. And the third experiment is I'm going to manage to get an egg inside a bottle without breaking it. Now what do you think of those guys? Impossible? When I first heard them, I definitely thought, wow, that's impossible, but they're not, okay? But bringing this back to Easter as well, is when I first heard about Jesus and how Jesus sacrificially went to the cross for me 2,000 years ago and took away my sin, my transgressions, my sickness. I was like, wow, that's impossible. How can one single sacrificial act of love do all of that? But that is exactly what Easter is about. Okay? So Jesus went to the cross for us. He took away all of our sin, all of our sickness, everything at the cross. So now all it takes for us is to go to him. All it takes for me every day is to go to him in faith and with repentance, and it is all done. It's amazing, absolutely amazing that one sacrificial act has done all that for me. And I first thought that was impossible. And now I don't believe it's impossible. I know it's possible and I live by that. And that's something that you guys can live by every single day. So, to the science, are you ready? You were born ready! Let's go. Okay, so oranges. Got 2 oranges here, 2 oranges, 2 glasses of water, and I am going to make an orange float. Do you think that's possible? Have you ever done this before? Have you ever dropped an orange down the toilet, in the bathtub, I don't know, in a lake? Where would you drop an orange? And what do you think happens to it? Don't know. So I have an orange here and I am going to pop it in the water. Ta-da! And it is sunk right to the bottom of my glass. So now what do you think? Do you think it's possible to make an orange float, or do you think it's impossible? Let's see. It's floating. So the rind is actually full of air pockets, which is why this manages to float and stay afloat. And whereas I uncovered this orange and it wasn't able to float like this one. That's got a good spiritual message in it as well. Don't be uncovered. Keep Jesus's cover on you and you will float and not sink. Or you will live in light and not darkness. It's a whole other message. So we're not going to do that one today, but it's a good one to think about. So I'm going to move these oranges to one side. Ta-da. Now, the bag of water. Are you ready? I've got a bag here. Now, if you're going to try this at home, which I suggest you do because it's really good fun, you want a freezer bag that you can seal up airtight, okay? So either one that has this pinchy bit on it that you pinch together, or a Ziploc one, but not one of the tie ones, okay, because they don't work very well. So a nice thick freezer bag that's made of polymer, and we're going to fill this with water. Let me get my water. Oh. Are you ready? Don't know about tipping this in, you know. This might go everywhere. Tip this in. Gonna use a jug. That's what I'm going to use. As I said, I wasn't going to get my floor wet today, so it'll be good if I didn't do that when I'm just setting up the experiment. So I'm going to fill this, guys. You want to fill it about halfway full. It can hold quite a lot of water, and the fuller you get it, the more fun you can have with it, which you will see in a second. Let's tip a bit more in. Woo. Right, there we go. That's looking good. Let's get rid of that bowl. So, here's my bag of water. I'm going to seal it up nice and tight. Seal, seal, seal. I hope that's sealed, otherwise you're going to prove me wrong. This is not impossible. So, sealed bag. Now I'm going to take a sharpened pencil, okay? I'm going to pierce it through my bag and there will be no leaks. Impossible or possible? That is the question. Are you ready? It's quite heavy, the bag. Hold it tight and firm and then just push your pencil against it and through to the other side. I promise there is no leakages. It is all sealed. And what's happening here, guys, is the plastic bag is made of a chain of molecules. And so when I push the pencil, I'll get another one, and push it through, the pencil's pushing between the chains of molecules, and then the molecules are squeezing against the pencil, sealing it up tight. So no water comes out. It's a really cool experiment. My kids love doing this. So I suggest you have a go, and I think it would be really fun if you could perhaps email Dave some of your pictures of doing this and perhaps see how many pencils you can put through your plastic bag full of water. Okay, I've done 3 here. Do you reckon you can get more than 3? I reckon you definitely can. My only advice is don't put them too close together, or don't try and go through the same hole, because that ends in disaster, trust me. We've tried this at home and there was water everywhere. So, how many pencils do you reckon you get through the bag? Email Dave your pictures and your answers and see what you can do. So, it's not impossible, it's completely possible. There are no leakages. Woohoo! Quite proud of myself for doing that without leaking. So, I'm going to put that down here in the bowl. And I'm going to move on to the egg. So this is my bottle. There's a very small hole, okay, and I have an egg, which I've hard boiled for 6 minutes. Apparently that is the perfect timing for getting a good hard boiled egg. I don't tend to do it because I don't really like them. Anyway, hard boiled egg. So I'm going to make this get into this bottle without smushing it in or cracking it or doing anything to it, okay? So I'm going to take Ellie's maths work, actually. Homeschooling. She's loved doing maths. She's really good at maths and does it really easily, but I don't want to waste paper, so I'm going to recycle this by setting it on fire. She'll be so happy. So, rolling this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light my paper, stick it in to the bottle. So my assistant is going to come and do this one for me. Welcome to Dan, everybody.
Hi.
He's going to light the match because I'm not very good at that. Well, as you can see, that was not working, okay? We couldn't get I couldn't manage to get a vacuum to form in the bottle. I think it was had too long a neck and it was really large inside. So we found another bottle and I had a practice and got it to work, woohoo! So have a look at this and see how it works. Here we go. It's maybe the longest bit of the experiment, lighting the paper. Right, here we go, we're lit. Are we ready, guys? Watch carefully because this will happen quick. It's going. Wow, did you see how quickly after that the paper went in that the egg just... Now, do you see how the vacuum formed and it just popped the egg straight in, didn't it? And the egg managed to get through that tiny, tiny little hole straight into the bottom of the egg. So it was and is possible to get an egg into a bottle without breaking it or smushing it down or anything, okay? It's possible. I'm so thankful that you've joined in today and you've watched these science experiments. Have a go at home, have some fun with them, investigate. Perhaps you can find a different bottle that works much better than mine did. And perhaps you can manage to light a match much better than I did. But, you know, have a go, play around with these things, and please send emails, send pictures to Dave, let him know how you're getting on, and I really hope you have a great Easter. Take care, guys. Bye, J247.
Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Beryl, the Crayon, and I want to say thank you so much for joining us today for our online Easter activity day. Here's what you can look forward to coming up later on. At 4 p.m, we're going to play What Happens Next with Beth. At 5 p.m, we have a Bible trivia quiz with Dave. And at 6 p.m, for all you older ones, we have a Consecrate chat with Fraser. We're going to talk about what it's going to be like if you're going up to join Consecrate in September. Oh, thanks so much for joining us today, boys and girls. See you again soon. Ta-ra! Bye!